My name's Coltyy and this is Exotic Jobs. Over the next few weeks, I'll be exploring Eastern Canada, finding some of the most exotic and thrilling jobs you could do for a living. We will be learning on what it takes to execute these wild professions and listen in on some of the amazing stories that have happened while these professionals were on the job. These workers' lives may seem like all fun and games, but things could take a turn for the worse if they don't execute certain steps and take precautions. There is so much that goes behind the scenes that we don't see, and that's all about the change. Let's get to it. Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to our first episode of Exotic Jobs with Coltyy. We have a crazy episode for you guys today. We're kind of dressed for the occasion. We're in black and yellow, and we got a bee in my head here because today we're gonna become beekeepers. Don't be a hater, save the pollinators. It's gonna be absolutely insane. Hundreds of thousands of bees, actually millions of bees out at the location that we're going to. And huge thanks to this place here, Country Fields Beekeeping Supplies. Now the guy here is the one who put me in touch with the one who's gonna be bringing us along on this adventure, and his name's Duncan. So we're gonna hop on the car, head on over there, and maybe go collect some honey and see what it's like to be a beekeeper. Hey, we finally made it to our location. This right here is Duncan. He's gonna be one taking care of us and you know, helping us collect the honey and show us how it all works and what it's like to be a beekeeper. Yep. How long have you guys been doing this anyways?
I've been doing it, I think my 5th season, so not that long.
This season's 5 years?
Yep.
How often do you guys usually get stung?
A lot.
A lot? Yeah?
Yeah, so the last yard we pulled, I think I got stung. As the day goes by, the temperature increases and then they get a little angrier.
Yep.
And what happens is you have the truck right over your head, and then what happens is they become a little more aggressive. The bees are in the bottom box here. These are the brood boxes. So basically the queen, this is kind of the gathering around the entrance. The queen and all the young live in this bottom box here. Yeah. And then the yellow ones on top, these just happen to be all yellow, it's a coincidence. But this is the honey super. And we take this off. This is a full floor that I built myself, and I've modified it so that it's not standard kind of equipment.
Yeah. This is officially the very first beehive I've ever looked into. Now here the bees are pretty calm, none of them are flying around, but it's all about the change later in the episode when we start using smoke.
So we'll take this off. There's a plastic or metal queen excluder that keeps the queen down and out of the honey so she doesn't lay eggs in it. That way there's just honey up top. And then what we'll do is pull this off, pull this excluder off, and this is what I use for inner cover. So you might be able to, there's not many on here. Yep. What we'll do is we also have to treat for mites. This is varroa mite is a really bad pest. It can kill a hive in a matter of weeks. Manage that by treating them for mites, you know, in the fall and in the spring. And when we take the honey super off, we treat for mites and then we leave them for 2 weeks. So that, and then we remove that pad and then start looking at whether we need to feed them or not in the winter. Cool. So.
All right, so as you can see, we got a few bees around us right now. Nothing crazy, but something tells me there's gonna be a lot more once we start opening these up. Here you can see Duncan adding spacers to the top of the boxes for the bees, and he goes in detail on why that needs to be done.
They're considered a commodity. They're considered livestock. So the honeybees I have here are considered just as much livestock as beef cattle, dairy cattle, chickens. Yep. Well, you know. So the purpose that we're doing this is because in the springtime, this will sit right on top of the hive, and this doesn't have a spacer on it, so it literally stops the bees from going up. So this spacer provides a nice little space where a bee can fit in there and walk over the frames, but allow a space for the mite treatment. And then in the springtime we'll add pollen patties, so it'll allow a space for pollen patties. So
they just finished building the tops of the boxes or fixing them up, and now we're gonna be smoking the bees. I'm pretty sure it's puts them to sleep. I don't really know much about it.
Why? Oh, no, I won't know.
I'll just ask them. So first off, yes, I was wrong. It does not put the bees to sleep. When bees feel that there is a threat, they'll communicate by using a pheromone. They do this to alert the rest of the hive that something is wrong. This is one of the many reasons why beekeepers have a smoker on hand. With just a few puffs of smoke, this will calm down the entire colony before they have a chance to plan their attack against their intruder. Beekeepers have been using smoke for decades, and no, it does not harm the bees. Even though smoke does a great job masking the pheromones of bees, They can sense them again after 20 minutes once the smoke disperses. Another thing that I've been wondering over the last few years is what do they use to create the smoke? And the answer was pretty simple. It was pretty much just bark mulch. But I could definitely vouch that smoke does calm down bees. At one point, I even had a bee enter my suit, fly around my face, and I never got stung. On top of that, the whole day I never used gloves, and there was a moment where I had about 15 on my hand and still no stings. And now for the big moment I've been waiting for, trying honey straight from the hive. Now, if I'm gonna be honest, my expectations on how the honey was gonna taste were not so high. But holy smokes, the honey was so much better than I expected. It was super sweet, and it's safe to say that I definitely will be buying some of Duncans honey. Overall though, my day here was so much fun. I learned a lot along the way, and who knows, maybe down the road I'll become a beekeeper as well. Well, Duncan, it's been amazing. I just want to say thank you for
you're welcome
for having us.
Happy to help. Happy to have you help out.
Yeah, and so obviously I know you obviously have your own business, and we're kind of wondering, like, do you guys have your own website?
It's greenfieldhives.ca. So with Greenfield is the website, and you can find Instagram and Facebook links where I post, my own videos and information about the farm and all that stuff.
And I just want to say thank you one more time.
Yeah,
it's been amazing.
Pleasure to have you here.
Crazy first episode. I bet you my dad's gonna be jealous. And thank you so much for watching, guys. Until our next episode, stay tuned.